Have you ever wondered why you seem to be passing more gas as you get older? Here's a fact that can make anyone sit up and take notice. Excessive gas after 60 isn't just a normal part of aging. In some cases, it's the very first sign your gut is trying to warn you about a much bigger problem brewing beneath the surface. Most people shrug it off, feeling embarrassed or annoyed, but here's what almost no one tells you. Some of the most serious digestive diseases begin with nothing more than an increase in gas, bloating, or changes in how your stomach feels after meals. If you're over 60 and you've noticed your body behaving differently, you need to pay attention, because what feels like just a little extra gas today could be a warning you shouldn't ignore. And stick with me, because at the end of this video, I'll share the single most important thing you can do right now to not just calm your digestion, but actually reverse some of the age-related changes in your gut health. Let's talk honestly for a moment. Many older adults, men and women alike, feel embarrassed about this topic. But here's the surprising truth. Passing gas is completely normal, and in fact, most people do it between 15 and 25 times every day. What's not normal is when the amount, smell, or pain gets noticeably worse, especially if it comes on suddenly or starts to affect your daily life. So why does this matter so much? Because increased gas can be your gut's way of telling you something is out of balance, from your diet to your medications to your microbiome. The good news is this isn't something you just have to accept. It's not just part of aging you have to live with. There are concrete steps you can take starting today that can make a real difference. Before we dive into what might be causing your symptoms, I want to hear from you. How old are you? When did you first notice your stomach changing? Share your age and story in the comments, and let me know if you've ever felt embarrassed about this, or if you found something that helps. I read every comment, and your experience could help someone else feel less alone. And here's a quick engagement question. Do you believe gut health actually changes as we age? Type yes if you agree, no if you don't. Let's see how many people are dealing with this right now. Now, let's get into what's really going on and what you can do about it. Because not all gas is created equal, and understanding where yours comes from is the first step to fixing the problem. For many people over 60, the changes start quietly. Maybe you notice you're burping more after meals, or you wake up with your stomach feeling tight and full. Maybe you have to excuse yourself more often in social situations, or you find the smell has gotten noticeably worse. Sometimes it even starts to interfere with sleep, making you feel uncomfortable at night. The first major culprit for increased gas as we age is a change in our digestive enzymes. Your body naturally produces less of the key enzymes needed to break down certain foods, especially dairy, beans, and high-fiber vegetables. If you suddenly start reacting badly to a glass of milk or a serving of broccoli, it's not your imagination. The medical term for this is lactase deficiency, and it affects more than 70% of adults over 60. What's happening is that undigested lactose or fiber gets fermented by your gut bacteria, producing gas as a byproduct. If you want to test this, try eliminating dairy or certain vegetables for a week and see if your symptoms improve. And here's a tip. You can buy over-the-counter digestive enzyme supplements that help your body process these foods, making gas less likely. Another common reason older adults experience more gas is a slowdown in the movement of the digestive tract, what doctors call reduced motility. As we age, our gut muscles don't contract as efficiently, so food lingers longer in the intestines, giving bacteria more time to break it down and release gas. This is especially common if you're taking medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or depression, all of which can slow your gut down. If constipation is also an issue, that's another clue your digestive motility is the problem. One practical step is to gently increase your physical activity. Even a daily walk after meals helps stimulate your gut muscles. Drinking more water and eating regular meals at the same time each day also encourages your digestive system to work more efficiently. Let's not forget the powerful impact of the gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living inside your intestines. Research from the last 5 years has shown that the diversity and balance of these bacteria change dramatically after the age of 60. Sometimes a single course of antibiotics or a switch in medication can tip the balance, letting gas-producing bacteria take over. If you've recently had an infection, started a new medication, or been under major stress, your gut microbiome may be out of balance. The fix? Start slowly adding small amounts of probiotic-rich foods, such as plain yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, or even a half banana, to your daily meals. These foods feed the good bacteria and help crowd out the ones that cause excessive gas. Just remember to introduce new foods gradually so you don't shock your system. Here's something most people never think about: swallowing air. This is called aerophagia, and it becomes more common with dentures, loose teeth, or changes in how we chew as we get older. You might not realize it, but talking while eating, drinking with straws, chewing gum, or sucking on hard candies can all increase the amount of air you swallow. And that air has to come out one way or another. If your gas seems worse after social meals, or if you burp often, try to slow down, take smaller bites, and put your fork down between mouthfuls. You might be amazed at how quickly these simple changes reduce your symptoms. One silent cause of excess gas is actually linked to hidden food intolerances. As we age, we're more likely to develop sensitivities to foods that never bothered us before. Things like wheat, eggs, or certain spices. These intolerances aren't the same as allergies, but they do cause the body to react with inflammation and gas. If you notice a pattern, maybe every time you eat bread, you feel bloated for hours, try keeping a simple food diary for a week. Write down what you eat and how you feel afterward. You might spot a link you never noticed before, and cutting out just 1 or 2 trigger foods can make a huge difference. Constipation is another major factor that often goes hand in hand with gas. The slower food moves through your intestines, the more time bacteria have to ferment what's left, and that means more gas is produced. This becomes even more of a problem if you're not drinking enough water, or if you've recently reduced your activity level. If you find yourself straining in the bathroom, or if your bowel movements are less frequent than 3 times a week, focus on adding more fiber to your meals. But do it slowly and always increase your water intake at the same time. Sometimes just switching from white bread to whole grain or adding a handful of berries to your breakfast is enough to get things moving. Another surprising trigger for excess gas is artificial sweeteners, especially those found in sugar-free products. Sorbitol, mannitol, and xylitol, the sweeteners in many diet sodas, sugar-free candies, and even some medications, can't be fully absorbed by your gut, so they get fermented by bacteria, causing gas and bloating. If you use these products regularly and have noticed more digestive discomfort, try cutting back for a week or 2 and see how you feel. Even a small reduction can bring noticeable relief. There are also specific medical conditions that become more common after 60 and that can cause excessive gas as an early warning sign. For example, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or SIBO, is a condition where bacteria that should stay in the large intestine begin to multiply in the small intestine, leading to constant bloating, gas, and sometimes diarrhea. If your gas is severe, persistent, or comes with unexplained weight loss, anemia, or changes in your stool, it's time to talk to your doctor. SIBO can often be treated with a short course of antibiotics or probiotics. Celiac disease, a sensitivity to gluten, is another condition that's being diagnosed more often in older adults, even in people who have eaten bread and pasta their whole lives with no problems. Symptoms often include gas, bloating, and fatigue. If you have a family history of autoimmune diseases, or if you notice your symptoms flare up after eating wheat, it might be worth discussing a simple blood test with your healthcare provider. Let's talk about stress, because it's a huge but often overlooked trigger for digestive symptoms. Chronic stress changes the way your entire digestive tract works, slowing down some processes and speeding up others. This gut-brain connection is why stressful life events, like retirement, moving, or caring for a loved one, often bring new digestive problems. Try adding simple, calming routines to your day. A short walk in nature, 5 minutes of deep breathing, or even reading a favorite book before bed. These habits not only ease your mind, they help your gut function more smoothly. Here's a lifestyle hack that's simple but powerful. Start each day with a glass of warm water and a squeeze of lemon. This little ritual wakes up your digestive system, encourages regularity, and can reduce gas. Some people also find that gentle stretching or light yoga in the morning helps release trapped gas and reduce bloating. If you're looking for a safe, natural way to support your gut, try adding ginger or peppermint tea after meals. Both have been used for centuries to calm digestion and help expel excess gas. Just avoid overly strong peppermint if you have acid reflux, as it can sometimes make symptoms worse. And here's something you might not know. Your posture makes a difference. Sitting hunched over after eating can trap gas in your intestines. Try sitting up straight for 30 minutes after meals or taking a gentle walk. This simple change can help your body process food more efficiently and reduce uncomfortable symptoms. Remember, you don't have to suffer in silence or just accept these changes as normal aging. Your body is resilient and capable of healing at any age. Even small adjustments, like changing one meal a day, adding a daily walk, or switching to a gentler fiber, can make a big difference over time. Your gut is a living, responsive system, and when you support it, it rewards you with better energy, less discomfort, and a much higher quality of life. Let's recap for a moment. Excessive gas after 60 isn't just an annoyance. It's often a signal that your body needs attention. Whether it's changes in enzymes, slower digestion, medication side effects, microbiome imbalance, hidden intolerances, or stress, there are practical, proven steps you can take. And remember, the most serious warning signs are sudden, severe pain, unintentional weight loss, blood in your stool, or symptoms that last for weeks without improvement. In those cases, don't wait. See your doctor right away. If you remember nothing else, know this. You are not alone, and your symptoms are not something to be embarrassed about. Millions of older adults deal with digestive changes, and most of the time, they can be managed with simple, consistent steps. Your body can and will respond to the right care. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Share this with a friend or family member who might be dealing with the same thing. And in the comments, tell me, which tip surprised you the most? What other topics would you like us to cover? Your feedback helps us make content that really makes a difference in your life. And as promised, here's the single most important action you can take starting today to not just reduce excess gas, but also help restore balance and comfort in your digestive system. Make a commitment to tune in and listen to your own body. Really notice what feels good, what triggers discomfort, and what changes over time. Too often, we ignore these quiet signals or chalk them up to just getting older. But your body is incredibly wise, and by keeping a simple daily journal, even just jotting down what you eat, how you feel after meals, and any patterns you spot, you empower yourself with real information. This small habit turns you from a passive observer into an active participant in your health. And if you do need to visit a doctor, you'll be able to share clear, detailed information that leads to a faster, more accurate diagnosis. Don't underestimate the power of gradual change. If you try a new strategy, such as adding a probiotic food or switching up your fiber source, give it a couple of weeks to see if you notice a difference. The gut often needs time to adjust. If you make several changes all at once, it's hard to know what's actually helping. So take it step by step, and don't be afraid to experiment. Some people find relief with herbal teas. Others do better with small, frequent meals rather than large ones. What works for your neighbor or your spouse may not be exactly right for you, so trust your own experience. It's also important to build a supportive routine that fits your life. Maybe that means taking a short walk after dinner with a friend or family member, or keeping a favorite healthy snack on hand so you're not tempted by foods that trigger gas. Even organizing your medications or supplements in a weekly pill box can help you stay on track and notice how each one affects your body. If you ever feel discouraged or overwhelmed, remember, the people around you, including your doctor, want to help. You are never alone in this. Sometimes it helps to imagine your digestive system like a garden. It needs a variety of nutrients, the right amount of water, and regular attention to thrive. Neglect leads to weeds and imbalance, but small, steady care brings it back to health. Your gut is no different. Even if you've struggled for years, today can be the start of a new, healthier routine. And if you take away just one message from everything we've discussed, let it be this: you have more control over your digestion than you think. Simple habits, careful listening, and the willingness to ask for help when you need it are the keys to not just managing symptoms, but truly enjoying your life, meals, and time with loved ones without discomfort or embarrassment. Thank you for spending your time with me today, and for being willing to talk about a subject most people would rather ignore. Your health and comfort matter, and by taking steps now, you're giving yourself the gift of confidence and well-being for years to come. Don't forget, if you found value in this discussion, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. Share your story or tips in the comments below. Which piece of advice did you find most helpful? Are there topics about aging and health you want to hear more about? Your questions and experiences not only help others, but guide what we cover next. Take care of your gut, and it will take care of you. Until next time, wishing you comfort, confidence, and good health every day.